Hi guys, welcome to Freaking Jeep. I'm back again. You're in trouble for watching. Anyway, appreciate you being here. I guess my name's John and this is Freaking Jeep. One of these days I'll try to remember that's supposed to be opening. But I am glad everybody's here. I hope you're enjoying the sawmilling. I hope you're enjoying the scrapping because it's like 4 o'clock. I don't know, my clock battery got cold. It don't work in the cold. And I don't carry a phone. In fact, I missed Mark Galici's call last night. He calls up and I jabber at him. Poor guy. Poor guy, he got to listen to me. But he calls me. But if he doesn't call me, I'll call him back. Anyhow, I didn't have my phone on me. I left it in the basement like a big dummy. I'm good at being a big dummy. Anyhow, I'm going to do these trims like I said. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 if I counted right. And then I got it's probably in the top 10 ugly logs. See those fat spots on there? Those things are enormous. Well, I'm going to wrestle that log in. And this one here ain't no pretty beast either. That was up on the mill before. I took it off. Can you see those high spots and low spots? So, anyhow, I'm going to do that. But I'm going to explain to you a little bit on how I come by what I'm coming on this thing. The other side of this log should be pretty much nice, except for you get up to here, it's bark. So if I measure from here, now this wane is going that way, okay? So if I go from here to here, I could pick up, if I go to here, it'll be like 6 inches. But if I go to here, it'll be about 7 inches. It'll still be clear. You need to have a straight line to go by. Now sometimes, if you got wane on both sides, like there might be some of those down there, you might see me pull it out to the end of the bed like that, because you know between here and down there on most mills are the same spot. It's supposed to be on this one too. This whole beast, who knows where it's at. Anyhow, so I'm gonna probably, I don't know, I might be able to leave you here. Shouldn't be too bad. I guess you're used to me having to go start the engine. If I call it a motor, I get hammered. And I put my mittens on because we're dealing with sticky wood. Oh, I don't know where my eyeballs are. You know, I always forget something. There's no oh, they're back there. I'll get them on the back way around. Anyway. Oh, and I'll have to. Over and forgot to turn the blade on, so now I got to go back over. It sure is easy getting senile. Alright, I'm going to flip that board over and put it at 7 because I think I already measured it. If you don't put these dogs in all the way like that, or if you put the dogs all the way in like that, you can flip them out. Every now and then you see me flip them out. You'll see me flip this one out at the end. Put all 3 in, it doesn't make any difference. When you put them down, pull this out. Because if not, it's really not holding anything. Set the old homemade diggy on 7 up here. I think you can read it, I'm not sure. No weight on there. This is easy for an old guy. Now, when I go through, it should just trim this nastiness off. I'll let it go slow. It's just pine. Now watch how you can flip these out. I'll get you in a close on it. You just flip the board up, it comes off. You see the other side, it's got a little bit of wane on it, but that'll be all right. You put it out on the side that doesn't show, and now you have a good looking board and you gained an inch. in the way here. Sometimes you just gotta grab them. Now I'll put the next one in because it has a straight edge. Has a straight edge there. I got a place. It off, but it'll get a lot of it off. And then I got to flip it and take 1 inch off the other side. Now I don't know what the other side looks like. Looks like because it's thin down there, I'm going to take another inch here, go to 7. I think that cleans it up a little bit better. Then I'm going to flip it and go to 6. All right, and that should clean up. See, there's a little bit of scraggly down there. Now, see, that's a good clear 6-inch board. Now, the other side has got some stuff on it. But that really won't make any difference if you're, you know, if you're putting up a fence, the horse doesn't care on one side. If you're putting up a wall, you can't. All right, now here's a nice one. Well, once again, this needs to be gotten on both sides because it's got a little bit here, so we'll measure up to the here because it's good all the way down there, so we'll get a nice board here. Can't find the slot. There it goes. I sure hope that camera's rolling. Yeah. And see what it looks like. I don't know if you can see that. I'm getting a little bit of mess down there I might have to clean up. side will clean up in a half an inch. Maybe I'll cut another. Uh-oh, I made some homeless. That's pretty clean till it gets here. Got a little, I'll flip it over and see what it looks like. Is what I'm going to do is take 3/4 off this. It was 9.5, so I'll go 1, 2, 3/4 on this side. No, I'm going to take 1 inch on this side and then take a 1/2 inch on the other side. Let me see what it looks like. It's not, yep, it's up against tight. Oh, let me go get some of this out of the way. Take a look at the other side. We're at 8.5. I think I'll take it down to 8. You missed me. All right, we're at 8. It's only going to be taking a 1/2 inch sliver off. Oh, I missed it. I was going to pull it back. Example, there's junk on both sides, so you don't have a straight line to go against. So I'll just pull it straight to the beds, lock it in, then move it to make a straight edge. This is a straight edge. Was basically get 2 straights on there. So now I know about where I'm at. And this is about 2 inches. So I'm gonna cut it at 10. I think we'll get most of it. Now you just got to measure the fattest or the thinnest spot. I'm gonna go 7. I screwed up big time. I almost cut that. I forgot to flip the board. Easy being senile. All right, let's try this again in real. I never even brought it off idle, did I? All right, let me go turn this off. We'll chat. Let's see if I can get in here. I gotta sit down. I already wore out. You guys are wearing me out. Anyway, that's how I do the that's how I do how I figure out what's going on there. Normally it doesn't take, I think we're what, 15 minutes on the clock or 20 minutes on the clock. I think 20 minutes on the clock. So normally it doesn't take that long. But when you start explaining and the camera's in the way, stuff like that, I got to probably knock those 4 boards off in, I don't know, I'm saying 8 minutes, 9 minutes. But neither here and there. It was funny, I don't know if you recall, just the other day somebody said, you know, why don't you have a board in there? And I showed the other mill up there, and oh, that's right, I got to go look at the battery in there, up at the other mill. Anyhow, and I basically said, sooner or later you're going to get stuff stuck in between the blade and something anyway, and you got to go out. And I was watching Mark up at Mark Alici up at Bus Motor Production, and sure enough, last night his video, he got one stuck in there, and I'm going, see, he's got something 1/4 inch wide, but it just happened to figure out how to get into a place a little further out and just be in a bad spot where you just got to turn the thing off and go get it. So that happens all the time. Anyhow, I hope you like this show. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the carriage back and roll this beast on there. That's going to be a heck of a battle, I got a feeling. But if you guys want to come along, I'm going to make a different video than this. And if you leave a comment tonight, and if you want to see me wrestling that up onto the mill, then go ahead and tell me in the comments that you want to see me, because that one's going to be a battle. That one, I really think it's going to be a battle, but I won't know until I do it. So I'm at the end of my 18 minutes, which is kind of what I'm shooting for, and then you're going to get 10 minutes of scrapping. I hope you like the scrapping. It's coming along. I've got 4 pounds of coils now, and rain is, see the top of the hill? Rain is right there right now, so I don't know how far along I'll get. So hit the like button, subscribe button. Doesn't cost you nothing. And it helps me out. So they say it helps me out. I don't know if it helps me out or not. I'm not a millionaire yet, so we'll see you now. Bye-bye. Well, here we are up at the shop. The first thing I try to do, blow some of the heavy crap out. That's pretty good to go. That one's got aluminum housing on it. Not that I need that. Kind of hate to cut this one up. Put your hot water in here, and you'd have to open this line up here. Looks like it's got a leaker, so that'd be just blowing through. Anyhow, and this one here is a real mess. And it's heavy because it's got the compressor in it. start with this one first. This is maybe the nastiest. Yeah, we'll put it up on the bench. It's still light enough I can do that. And first thing I'm gonna do is what you guys see is here's some brass valves. We're gonna cut all this copper out here, get to that coil, and we'll put this in its pile. We'll cut it off a little bit high so we can hammer it over the ends so they'll take them. So that's what I'm gonna work on first. I'll bring you back in a couple minutes. I gotta go get some tools because I did something that I never do, is I put them all away. We'll see ya. Well, it's about a half hour later and I got a heck of a mess. This thing, oh, I gotta cut this off here, pound it over. I gotta pound that over. I gotta cut these off. That's just a little cue there, but I like cutting them off on the inside, but ain't gonna happen this time. They're gonna shoot everywhere. There goes one. There goes one. There goes one. That's why I like cutting them on the other side, but it's got an angle. Here you can't get to it. And really, if I turn this on, it isn't really worth taking this off, but I do it anyway. I don't know why. I guess because I can. It adds 10 cents a pound. I got a lot of scrap over there. 2, 4. There's one. There's one. There's a couple on the ground. I'll pick them up as I find them. So there's the coil. Now I got a lot of, I guess you can't really see it. There's a terrible legs on this this particular. There's a lot of pretty. This is brass. This is brass. There's probably a pound right there. This is plastic. Will go to the trash. There was a lot of copper in this thing. So you start adding up all this goofy little copper, and it starts to add up. Oh, here's this. There's probably, there might be 3 pounds of copper there. I might weigh it. I'm not sure. I got an old scale inside. I mean, I'll weigh it, but not right now. Anyhow, so I got about a half hour in that. This thing here probably weighs, oh my goodness, that might weigh over 20 pounds, and you get 2 pounds, so figure that one out. 20 cents a pound times 20 pounds, you might get, I don't think you're gonna get $4 out of it. Maybe it's 40 cents out of it. And this thing here, it don't weigh nothing. Maybe 2 pounds. Anyhow, I got another one to do, so I'll be back in a minute. And the camera's flashing at me. We'll see you. Welcome back, friends. As a famous YouTuber says. Here we are. We got a whole pile of this stuff here. These are those little cut-offs. This, to my surprise, which is pretty heavy, it's got the nice copper glow to it. I got about 2 pounds of brass over here. I got a bunch of just trash plastic, probably put out in the scrapyard today. If they want to recycle it, they can knock themselves out. A little bit of wire, a bunch of tin I don't know what I'm going to do with. Now that last piece had a nice bunch of little aluminum legs on there, so I'll probably put them in there. Maybe not. No, I don't think so. But it has these things. Have you ever busted these and wish you had one? So it had a bunch of those, so I'll put them in there and do it later. Now I was going to come out and scale everything, and I brought my $5 get it at Goodwill scale, and the battery's dead. There's the battery, so I can't weigh anything, so I'm going to take it out and weigh it. Oh, I did get a little aluminum shell. That's probably 2 pounds of aluminum, which is worth about $1. Nah, we might go 3 pounds. I might weigh it out there. And we got the 3 coils in here. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to go out and put it on the scale out in the greenhouse and see what we got. So I'll bring it along. And we'll see how much we got there. The brass goes in a whole different compartment. I can't get you back in the brass goes in a whole different compartment. I saved that for another brass cannon. I'm sure you guys have seen my brass cannon. If not, you'll see it up at, look for, go to Carlisle and you'll see it at one of the Carlisle shows. Now, right now I got about an hour and a half in it, but go back and fetching this stuff and the cleanup, I'm going to have probably 2 hours in that mess. So let's kind of try to figure. I got about $2 worth of brass. I'm saying about $1 aluminum. Now we'll go see what those coils are worth. You guys can keep track of the money and leave a comment if you add up all what I got. We'll see you in a little bit out at the greenhouse. Bye. Well, I was going to bring it along. I thought I had a tripod out here, but I don't. So I weighed all this nonsense and just kind of put it on a piece of paper. I had to put a scale on it. We're up to 66 pounds right now because there's 50, then 60, 65, 66. So we're at 66 pounds. So I put the fan coil on before I put the copper on. It was 52 pounds, and it went up to 66. You minus the 66 from that, you got 14, but then you got to minus the 7.5. This is going to be high math here. So it's about another 7 pounds of copper. So right now we're sitting on 14 pounds of copper and 52 pounds of fin coil. Should add up to about 66. Yeah, I think it does. Anyhow, this is like right now it's running, I think, 160 a pound. I think the copper's about $2 a pound. I'm not sure what that is. So you got $28 there, and you got, I don't know, 50, about 75 there. You guys do the math. Anyhow, we're heading back to the sawmill. No, we're not. We're heading down to the barn. I got to find some wood to take back. We're heading down to that barn down there and find some boards in there that I can cut up into some stickers. So that's where we're headed. See you in a bit. Well, I gone and done it this time. I brought up 4 units. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the biggest part about them is that thing weighs a lot. The compressor's just astronomical heavy. Even this little one here. I don't know. I guess there's one down in there. They're all heavy as heck. So I'm going to just play with them right now. See if I get the shells off, I'll be all right. That's the main thing. I got some other parts thrown in there too. Anyway, that's what I'm playing with. I'm going to play with it a little bit tonight. I'll see if I can find a screw and loose screw. And this is a crappy kind of coil here. Don't really care for that. Anyhow, that's kind of what I'm messing around as it got dark. But I got some lights and there's no bugs, so it's a good time to play. We'll see you in a bit. Bye-bye.